who helped us create this rally, this event, and is Michael Williams, representing District 80. For having the candidates here and for having us. Thank you. So the time is yours.
Michael Williams, running for State Assembly District 80, and District 80 is covers the areas of Imperial Beach, San Ysidro, Otay Mesa, Chula Vista, National City, Barrio Logan, Logan Heights, and that area up there. It's sort of bounded by the ocean on one side, East Lake on the east side, and the border, and then Highway 94. For background, I'm a retired naval officer. I traveled the world and I've worked in a lot of places. I've also had experience working for the San Diego City Council as a policy analyst. I did that for 5 years, and I've had a variety of other civil service jobs. And I've lived in San Diego for 30 years this time. When I returned back from my Navy duty, I returned back to California. And I was always proud of California. But you know, California now has a dark cloud over it. You know, I hear America the Beautiful, the song, and I always thought of California with its mountains, its forests, its oceans, the deserts, just a beautiful state. Yet now we have declining infrastructure. We ration electricity periodically because of this wanting to go green. Our roads are rough. We beat our cars to death, yet we pay the highest gas taxes probably in the country. The public places that are now filled with human refuse, we see the litter, the people living on the streets, the human litter basically, of our homeless population. Yeah, it's actually an international embarrassment. And the stores are closing because of the crime. You know, with people going in and stealing things, and of course we the public pay for those costs of losses. Our education is not ranked #1 like it should be, it once was. We now are ranked frequently down near the bottom. And we have this inability to provide housing for our working population. And we can do better than that. Now, first priority I have is public safety. And under that, I'm going to call public health as part of it. And being here in San Ysidro, this is very important. We have the sewage problem. And it's been terrible for all this past summer. It's been particularly bad because of the smells and the noxious gases that we're receiving. But the problem's been going on for years, and what it is the city of Tijuana, when it was first started to build the sewage system, the population was about 500,000 people, so it was adequate. But that population and the infrastructure of the sewage system has not kept up. To take care of the problem, since it's flowing into the Tijuana River, the U.S. government built the International Boundary Water Treatment Plant down in the valley. But even when it goes back to full capacity, and it's had some maintenance problems, and that's part of the reason we've had such a bad summer. And the fact that Tijuana at the same time, their main sewage treatment plant at Punta Maderas was offline, and now it's being brought back online. So all those combined have meant that our river valley and our ocean off the coast have been terribly polluted with sewage. Imperial Beach, our beach has been closed for nearly 3 years. It's been terrible for businesses, and we've lost a lot of our tourist trade, and people in South Bay haven't been able to enjoy their beach. Residents of Chula Vista and Otay, San Ysidro, that Imperial Beach is where people go in the summer to use the beach. So in order to solve this problem, we need to work closely with Mexico to get their sewage system back and build it out the way it should be for that large population they have. And I think with the new president of Mexico, we may have an opportunity there to persuade the new government to actually put funds in to expand the sewage system to meet the industrial problems they have, as well as the population. Also under public safety, this crime we've had has been going up, and violent crime actually, we're told, is increasing. We need to fix Prop 47, and that was on the ballot. We have Proposition 36, which will help fix the problems left by Prop 47 by changing the level of misdemeanors and actually locking up offenders more frequently. We need to secure our border. No more sanctuary city, no more sanctuary state. This has been a problem. It's terrible for our people. We have competitors for the jobs, and it's not right. And also, the reason we have very high rents is these people have to live somewhere, and they're going to live at the lower income housing. But they're competing for those same houses with people who are American residents, American citizens. So we need to work on eliminating that problem by having the border controlled. And we have to have law and order. What we have with the homeless problem is people are breaking the laws. These laws have been on the books for years. You can't have vagrancy on the streets. You can't litter. You can't use drugs on the streets. You can't be drunk in public. All those things have to be enforced, and unfortunately, over the years, the courts have made it easier for them to not go to jail, and the police are having more difficult time enforcing those laws. We have to go back to the days when we actually enforced the small crime, because those small crimes eventually become big crimes. And we've seen this outgrowth of homelessness because a long time ago, the laws were not being enforced at the local level. And I'm so pleased to see these three lovely ladies running for school boards, because our educational system needs to be improved. We have to do more for the students that we have, and those are our future. They need to be learning the basics, and they need to be learning to be great workers in the future. This nation needs skilled workers, and we have to have the basic fundamental education in order for them to learn the skills that they'll need to move this nation forward, because we're going to be turning it over to them. So it's important that we don't deprive them of an adequate education to meet the needs of the future. And finally, I would say our transportation system needs work. Our highways are bad. The traffic congestion is terrible. We have to figure out a way to move people without forcing them to have different types of vehicles. We should let people choose. Although electric cars are great, they are probably not mandate that people have to have electric cars. Let the market choose which vehicles work the best. In the future, we should have a right to use those. We need to expand our water resources and distribution system. We had the big rains in January this winter, yet we were unable to capture a lot of that water, which we'll need during the dry seasons. We need to have, I'm running because of the needs to fix the state. We shouldn't be embarrassed. We're the leader in this nation and always have been, and it's time for us to get back to being that leader of the United States. Thanks. Michael Williams, running for State Assembly.
Thank you very much, Michael. And we're going to conclude this.
I wish